And we're back, folks, here with Ross and Clay. Guys, it was a fun round to watch. Hope you enjoyed playing it. Ross, congrats on the victory there.
Yep.
How do you feel after that round?
I feel okay. On the runner side, I felt very lucky because both times
yeah.
I top decked that Siphon first click. It's exactly what I needed in the situation. Yeah. I really wanted to find Yogg to make his Quandary useless, but the Parasite showed up first, so I just needed to get the accesses.
Yeah. You brought. We were talking about this before,
Yeah.
and both of you were playing decks that we could have seen a year ago.
Right.
It
Yeah.
would have been super strong. Is there a reason for that? Is it just because they're still so good?
That and I think with a lot of people playing RP and kind of teching against like Switchblade and a lot of Parasite, I feel like Mimic is okay. It's not great,
Right.
Yeah.
but being able to like Parasite away pups and not have to worry about paying for them
Yeah.
again.
And what about you,
Right.
Clay?
Well, I kind of just tried to choose decks that were in my wheelhouse, I
Right.
feel like there's a lot more edge to gain in Netrunner from skill than there is in
Yeah.
a lot of other card games. So I didn't want to just bring in something that was maybe strong for the meta, but I wasn't familiar with,
Right.
And
Definitely.
NEH and Kate have just been strong for so long.
Right. And they continue
Yeah.
to be so. I mean,
Yeah.
we were talking earlier with one of the TOs out there, and we were saying the meta is healthy enough at this point where you can run whatever you're comfortable with. You can't tech against everything.
Right.
So playing what you're comfortable with, playing what's in your wheelhouse is really important and
Yeah.
really strong, and you can win games with it.
Yeah.
You're under camera for this round because you won.
Right.
Right. So, got a little unlucky with your NEH game. What do you
Yeah.
think went wrong there?
The NEH game was like, I think I may have been a little too liberal with the assets I put down, just because I was kind of just using them to draw, but it would have been nice to keep the pad campaigns alive or something like that. Overall, though, I think it was pretty close. Like,
Yeah.
it was kind of just...
You're both on that last point.
Yeah.
So it was sort of luck of the draw there.
Yeah, the runner game, where I was Kate at least, I feel like I made some mistakes in that game. Like, maybe I tried to get in there and trash those ashes when there was nothing else there,
Right.
and I thought that was correct, but I'm not sure if it was in retrospect. Like, there's no way I was ever beating the Trace,
Right.
Yeah.
So, maybe I should have just pressured a different server or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard to say, especially when that Heimdall ended up coming out, and your breaker's lady, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
be really tough to get back in that server.
Oh yeah, and
So-
that last run, I had the other lady in hand and figured I had installed it just because I saw one down
Right,
there.
yeah,
And then,
yeah.
it was really
It's
bad.
bad.
I mean, to be fair, I think trashing the Ash is the right call because you don't
Yeah,
want to run there
yeah.
twice in one
Right.
turn. So
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
Especially, I mean, when you end up seeing Heimdall there
Right.
in the end,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
glad you went in
Yeah.
and trashed him earlier, because
Right.
otherwise you're not going to get back in.
And at the end, it was actually a Caprice, so I would have been fine resing it and just
Right.
battling for Caprice
Yeah.
positioning without
Yeah.
anything in that server. But
Yeah, you flooded out pretty hard there in that
yeah,
game.
the Jacksons came right when I needed them to, though. So
You weren't at all worried about how early you had to fire them both?
I kind of was. I was also worried because I had to score the beta test and I just couldn't trigger it. So I had 3
Right.
agendas in archives and my last Jackson on the table. So
Yeah, Aaron wanted me to make sure that I called you a coward on camera for doing that.
I know I deserve it, but maybe I should have. But the Heimdall was out already. I think I had a toll booth out on like the second and third ones, so there's not
But
too much left.
There's always more ice, Ross.
There
Even when
is,
it's all
there
in your
is,
hand,
there
there's
is.
always more ice.
Fair enough. I'm sorry.
Well, so
I'm sorry, stream, for being a coward.
So going forward, is there anything you're worried about seeing with these? Are you worried about any of the new stuff out?
I've not played my Andromeda against any RP yet
Okay.
because I was practicing a lot of Kate before Tulsa,
Right.
and after I got there, I just felt like switching it up. Keep
So-
it fresh.
So maybe we'll see a little bit later against one of those, see how that goes.
Yeah.
What about you, Clay? Anything you're worried about seeing this weekend?
Really, I feel like my worst matchup is the fast advance against like aggressive runners like Andy, for instance.
Yeah.
But like I think that both of my decks really have at least have some game against the whole field,
Yeah.
And I think Kate is pretty good in the RP matchup.
Yep.
Yeah.
Continues to be a tier 1 runner.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really good to see.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for coming in here and interviewing.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank
Great
you.
games. Hope you guys keep having them all day today, and maybe see you guys under the camera a little bit later.
That would be great.
Thank you guys for tuning in for that interview. We'll be back with round 3 pairings in just a little bit, so stick with us. Reminder, Order and Chaos box giveaway at the end of round 6, so stick around, follow the channel. We'll see these guys maybe a little bit later, so until then, see ya.